For today's class, I recorded in this beautiful place in Bali, a place I call home, and I take a chance to film it here so I can bring the energy of healing, magical, divine, feeling bliss to film a yin, because it means something to me. It means a lot because yin has helped me to ground myself a little bit more. Yin helped me to explore the depth within me that sometimes, and most of the time, I don't pay attention to when I'm in a rush. I started the yin practice a few years ago as one of my remedy or medicine, because I find myself always rushing. That time I was working in a corporate job, so it's always with all this to-do list, the deadlines, and rushing and working early mornings and late hours, and sometimes still replying emails and attending to meetings very late. I don't regret any of that. That has brought me to who I am today. I understand and I appreciate all this hustle. But also, I know that life is all about balance, and I need to find that balance. And the yin has given me that anchor and that root to feel safe and grounded, to process, to feel, and to heal. So that when I recharge in this practice of stillness and surrendering, I can find clarity in my mind. I can kickstart the day again with wisdom and clarity. And I hope this benefits you too. And let's begin this little short yin practice today. We're going to begin in tabletop position to give ourselves a little bit of warm up in the body. So again, if you're new to yin, I'll speak about yin, of course, throughout the practice. But first, we're going to find ourselves in tabletop. Shoulders and wrists stacked, hips and knees are stacked, finding a little foundation for our body, just to move and awaken to the spine. As you inhale, sink your belly down, roll the shoulders away, chest forward, a back bend. Exhale to round and curl to the spine, chin towards the chest. Gaze to the navel, stretch to the back of the neck, separate the shoulder blades away from one another. Let's go again, a back bend. Inhale, cow pose, belly down, tailbone back, chest forward. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. One long exhalation now. As you exhale, curl and round the spine, chin tucked towards the chest, gaze towards the navel, stretch to the back of your body. One more round, a long inhalation. Inhale, sink your belly down, deep breath, chest forward. Roll the shoulders away from the ears, tailbone back and up. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under, round to the spine, chin towards the chest. And begin to return to a neutral tabletop and start to make little movement or circles. Start by bending the elbow. It doesn't have to be stiff. You can move like water, fluid. It doesn't have to be perfection. Any movement that helps you connect and feel into your body. You can even make like a little figure eight, and then you reverse that for a few rounds. Again, we're not aiming for perfection, but rather moving, feeling and bringing more awareness to our body, tuning inwards as well and connecting with the breath. And once you've done that, we're going to return back to tabletop. We're going to begin our first yin posture. We're going to begin in a wide leg child's pose, or in yin we call this tadpole, like a little baby frog. So you're going to bring your big toes to touch, knees wide open. You're going to try to slowly bring your hip towards the heel, sinking it slowly, little by little. And then inhale with the knees wide open, big toes touch, coming into arms in tabletop. And then exhale, slowly lower down. We're not going to rush. So if this is your limit for now, stay here. But if you can sink your hip more towards the heel, by all means, please try to go to the depth that suits you. Let's go again. Inhale, round to the spine lightly, lean shoulders forward. And then exhale, round and curl to the spine. Now see whether you can sink your hip back towards the heel. Try to sit back. And if your hip doesn't touch the heel and you feel tightness in your hip and your hamstring, you can grab a pillow or even roll a blanket and place it under your heels so you can sit on it for a little support, and you can extend your arm forward, but we're gonna lower the elbows and forearm. We're just gonna come into this forearm first before we lower our forehead towards the floor so that we can help ourselves to arrive without rushing. And let's remind ourselves over and over again, this practice is about slowing down. So we don't want to rush anything, even by adjusting and arriving in a shape or pose. And we're going to take our time. So if you're new to Yin, Yin is a practice that connects inwards, that is closely related to safely stress the tissues, the fascias inside our body, the parts that wrap up and hold every part inside our body, the tendons, ligaments, joints, organs. And it requires a little bit longer time to stress or stretch. So why we're holding it in stillness to help us feel and marinate and immerse into each and every stretch and holds. And we're going to hold the poses for a few minutes because in Yin, it takes time. And we want to give time some time. We're going to give ourselves a little space to take our time and to slow down. If you find that you don't need any props, you can always remove the cushion or blanket. But some days I just like to have that little extra support. And then you're slowly going to take your time, whether you can choose to stack your forearm using it as a pillow for your forehead to rest. And you can do this first to check in to see how you feel. As you press your forehead or the center of your eyebrow to the forearm, connecting with the third eye chakra or ajna. Allowing yourself to connect to your perspective, how you see yourself and others, and to release any judgment. And to practice today with an open mind and heart. Take a deep breath in and exhale, let go. And after a few breaths, if you feel like you have a little bit more space, you can extend your arms forward with elbows and forearm on the mat soft, and then slowly surrender and melt the forehead on the ground. Dropping the chest and the heart down towards the floor, opening to the shoulders. Your arms can open slightly wide. Or if you like to have additional support, you can have another cushion or pillow under your chest to just give yourself a nice hug, whether one side of the face on the props or just your chin or forehead on the mat. So the option is yours to choose. And you can always find a way to check in what suits you and then choose a shape or a position that feels comfortable enough for you, that you feel some stretch and also a moment for you to rest. And then stay with that shape in stillness. So for the first few breaths, you can always try to adjust and see whether you need the props. And even throughout the journey in this pose, if you feel like you like to make some adjustment, do it slowly. Yin is a practice that connects inwards, so I like to say YINwards, where we allow ourselves to slow down and allow our nervous system to relax and slow down as well. Because a lot of time we work on the flight and fight, always rushing to respond. And this is a great practice to recharge our soul, mental, energetical, physical, and emotional batteries. Take a deep breath in through the nose. We're going to exhale, open the mouth. Let's go do this 2 more rounds. Inhale, entering the light to the nose. Expand the belly, lift the chest, hold. Think about something you like to release. As you exhale, release, side out, drop everything down, open your mouth. One more round. Inhale light, love, and all the intentions. Pause to hold. Let the air energy, your intention to circulate to every layers of your cells. Think about something you like to release and drop. Now exhale, open your mouth, sigh all out and release. Continue to stay in tadpole for a few more breaths. Already probably you feel the stretch in the hip, releasing tightness, pressing some pressure points in the meridian channels that links to the organs, giving ourselves a little massage and awaken the energy of the energetical lines in our body that links to the organ. Stay in silence and stillness for a few more breaths to be with yourself, to connect YINwards. Breath calm and steady, with pause in between. If you like to set an intention, or perhaps express gratitude, this is the right time. We are in the perfect position as we bow our head down, honoring the Mother Earth, on our knees. Perfect position to pray, to set an intention. To bring through your practice today. Few more breaths. Tadpole or wide leg, child's pose. Slowly and gently, layer by layer, one step at a time. Inhale, lift the forehead, lift the face away either from the props, mat or forearm. Still gazing down, you can even close your eyes. If you have props under your chest, release it first, still extending your arms forward. We're going to do a side body stretch by still sinking our hip towards the heel. Lift the chest slightly high and then walk your left hand to meet your right hand. Keeping your left hip still grounded towards your left heel, walk your right hand away towards the right outside of the mat. Left hand will follow. One at a time, still lowering the elbow and forearm if it's available. And lengthen to the left side of the body. The right side lengthen as well. Extend it to the top right corner of the mat and outside towards the right side. And see whether you can sink the forehead towards the floor. And even you can place your left palm on top of your right fingers. Side body stretch or lateral flexion on the left side, but keeping your left hip deeply rooted towards your left heel. Keep extending both sides of the body, long lines in the side body and the spine. We're going to hold this for a few more breaths. Every inhale before you exhale, pause to give space. Every exhale, expel and let go the energy out, air out, and pause before you breathe in new energy. Just a few more breaths. Try not to lift your left hip, sinking it down towards your left heel. Slowly walk your left hand back to center. Right hand back to center. This time stack your forearm and rest the forehead on the forearm. Pause for a while. Now extend both hands again forward, lifting the chest and forehead, still gazing down, and you can always keep the eyes closed. Keep yourself deeply rooted towards your right heel. Means that you sink your right hip towards your right heel. Right hand walk towards your left fingers. Left hand walk towards your left, and your right hand will follow. Without lifting your right hip, still sinking towards your right heel. Walk. Extend both sides of the arms and the spine and the side body. If it's available, right palm on your left hand and lower the forehead towards the floor, sinking it down. Touching or not, allow yourself to sink and release. Keep walking to find your limit, and if it's too much, you can step back a little bit. It's not about taking all those 5 steps forward. Some days it's all about just staying still or perhaps taking a step back to reflect. You want to be in a pose that you can breathe steadily and calmly. Inviting you to breathe slowly with a pause in between. Few more breaths. Keep finding stillness. If your mind is distracting you, focus on how you feel in the body. How can you slow down your breath? Focus on where do you feel the stretch. Moving really slowly, right hand slide back to the center, forehead still down towards the floor. Left hand will meet your right, and then stack again the forearm, maybe the other arm on top of the other one, just giving a little balance here, sinking your forehead on the forearm. And I take a deep breath in through the nose, inhale. Exhale, open the mouth. Walk your palms under the shoulders slowly. Inhale to roll yourself up away from the mat. Sinking your hip towards the heel still. Inhale, open to the heart, back bend. Exhale, round and curl to the spine. Push your chin towards the chest. Inhale, micro bend to the elbow. Lean your chest forward, maybe gaze up, chest forward. Exhale, round and curl, chin towards the chest. One more round. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, round and curl to the spine, chin towards the chest. Alright, now return back to a tabletop to release the prop as well. And then coming into a little twist, we're gonna begin with the right hand. Strong, stable foundation and steadiness in tabletop. Right hand reaching up towards the ceiling, gaze towards your right fingers, inhale. Exhale, bring your right hand towards the back, flossing it, and inhale, reaching your arms forward, and up. Exhale, thread your right hand under your left, going towards your left, bringing your right shoulder on the center of the mat, right side of the face and head on the mat. Right palm can lift and face up. You can just bring your left palm in front of your face and just rest this way. And allow yourself just to feel into this first before you walk your left fingers away from you towards the top of the mat. And then stretch it up. And then if you like to add on additional stretch, you walk your left hand behind your head slightly. So still on top of the head, but slightly towards the back so that you feel additional stretch. Or you can just sink the hands down on the head. It's more relaxed. Still feeling a twist in the spine, releasing any tightness in the shoulder. Or for some, you can also bend the elbow, bring your left fingertips to reach your right inner thigh, but still try to peel your left shoulder away. You can even gaze towards the front where the sternum is facing, or close the eyes. So you can hold this for a while. Usually in poses we can hold it up to 5 minutes, but some of a short practice, when we do short yin practice, yin inspired practice, we hold the poses slightly shorter, but still long enough to help us feel and marinate into that benefits of the practice, to stress to the meridian points, but also to immerse ourselves into the stretch and surrender. In silence for 5 more breaths. Wherever your left hand is, place back your left palm in front of your face. Slowly, you can keep your eyes closed. Lift your right shoulder, reaching your right hand up. Inhale. Lowering your right palm back on the mat. Entering a child's pose. Knees can be together. You can slide your hands by the side of the legs with the fingers pointing back. Palms facing out, forehead towards the floor. Reset. Slow down. Recharge. Slowly extend your arms forward again, return back to a tabletop. Adjust accordingly, and then always, if you need to support your knees, you can place a blanket, of course, under the knees or any knee pads of cushion. Now the left side, right palm firm and steady, left hand reaching up towards the sky. Inhale, gaze towards your left fingers. Bring your left hand towards the back, feel the stretch and the floss. Exhale. Inhale, left hand reach forward and up. Exhale, we thread the needle, left hand under and behind your right wrist. Lowering the left shoulder in the center of the mat, the left side of the ear on the mat. And just allowing yourself just to feel into a nice stretch for the neck so there's no pain. And then right palm, of course, can stay in front of your face. I'm facing this side to help you also see how it looks like at the back. So right palm in front of the face, left palm, left finger stretch towards your right. Find your balance, not to sink towards your left too much, but rather lean, have the core in a little bit, tailbone up. And then let's see whether you can walk your right fingers up. Straight arms. You can just lower the palms down or walk it slightly over your ear like this and lower the hands down to relax, or maybe more stretch towards the back a little bit. So find that limit that suits you, that depth, and then honor it. Few more breaths here. And allow your breath to be calm and steady. Breathing in and out. Again, you can always have an option of bringing your right hand behind you to grab that left inner thighs. Bring your right shoulder more towards the sky and back. Few more breaths. To honor yourself in this journey as well. It's not about how deep you want to go. You don't want to be in a pose that feels so hard and struggling. It looks nice in the shape, but it doesn't feel good. You want to have a pose that feels well established, that you can breathe calmly and steadily. And especially in Yin, it's about patience. It's about honoring the process of slowing down, the journey of life. There will be discomfort and challenges. We don't want to give our power away to those chaos. To bring back our power by slowing down our breath, by recentering ourselves. Connect within. Breathe in deeper and slower. Right. Wherever your right palm and right fingers are, slowly bring it back in front of your face. Press your right palm on the floor. Inhale, lifting your left hand up. Lower back your left hand on the mat. And then this time, sit back to your child's pose with the knees together. If this is not comfortable, of course, you can always bring the knees away a little bit. This time, you're going to just bring your palms in prayer position. Your thumbs will connect to the center of the eyebrow. Breathing in and out. In Yin, that's not many poses, but we hold the poses a little bit longer. We give ourselves chance and time to marinate and hold the poses, to stretch deeper, to be present with all this discomfort, and give ourselves a moment to slow down the mind, the body, and everything else. Slowly from here, we're going to come back up into tabletop. The next pose will be melting heart pose. Puppy pose, we call it in a lot of other yoga practice. What we're going to do is first, keeping your hips and knees stacked. Again, you can always have a blanket underneath. Walk your hands away and wide as the mat. Sinking the forehead down, opening to the shoulders, lowering the forearm down and elbow. If you feel this is too much and your forehead is struggling to touch the mat, or you feel a lot of tension, you can help yourself with a cushion again under your chest or slightly in front of your chest and face. You just give yourself that little support. So this is how it looks like. Okay. If not, let's try to see whether you can sink deeper. It will be a bit more easy, of course, if you sink your hip back a little bit more. So this is another option to lessen the stress or stretch. If you like to go deeper to get a maximum, of course, capacity, if you can, hips on top of the knee. Open your arms wide. You can even bring your palms facing each other or palms facing down. Of course, there will be some tension arise. You start to feel, oh, my shoulders, my heart. Of course, we spend a lot of time rounding our spine, and this can shock our body and our mind, especially when we hold something slow, and our mind and our brain will try to protect us. No, move fast, do things quickly. It's not something you used to do. But control the power of your mind by slowing down with the power of your breath. Our breath is life, is the energy that provides us life. When we slow down our breath, we can slow down the process as well. So we don't rush, so we don't have to react and regret, but rather we slow down so we can release and reflect. For some of you, if you like to add on a little bit more intensity, you can lower the chin down and lift the forehead, gaze forward. Only if this is available and this is not causing you strain. Yin is not about stretching the muscles, it's about releasing tension in the muscles. If this is going to cause that, you lower back the forehead on the mat. Love over ego. It's not about how deep you want to go and you struggle. It's okay to just be here, because the aim is just to slow down our nervous system. The aim is to just give ourselves a stretch and stress that is safe. One more minute here. Slow down. Melting heart pose. Opening to the frontal part of the heart and the back part of the heart. The ability to receive and give love. The ability to be more compassionate and kind and more understanding towards ourselves. The ability to love, forgive, to care, to have empathy. A few more breaths. Slowly from here, lift the chest and forehead, forearm on the mat, slide your body forward, entering Sphinx. Legs can open slightly wide. You can support your belly and rib cage with a cushion. If you like, bring the elbows in line with the shoulders or slightly forward and apart. Bring your palms again in prayer. So you can open the elbows slightly wider. So you can rest the forehead on the thumbs. Just to pause first to counter pose. Now we're going to lift the chest, the forehead. We're going to come into a Sphinx. Open the shoulders away from the ears. Palms can lower down on the mat. If this is too much for your lower back, you can slide your elbows slightly forward, roll the shoulders away. You can bow your chin down towards the chest. You can even use your palms and thumbs to support the center of your eyebrow, or you have a yoga blocks, you can place it in front of you, or perhaps you just like to place your palms together and even lower the chin down towards the chest to stretch to the back of the neck. Find a place that feels good and safe for you. And then breathing in and out, a gentle back bend, also massaging to the belly. Relax your shoulders, soften to the jaw, relax your tongue. Maybe a soft smile on the face. We're not going to hold this for long. We're just going to hold this for about a minute more. This is a Yin inspired practice. A short one to help you slow down, to ground yourself back again to recharge your batteries inwards. Few more breaths in and out. You can stay in Sphinx if you like to add on a little bit of progression and stretch a little bit more. You can lift the forehead, gaze forward, place the palms at the outer edge of the corner of the mat, slightly wide or inward slightly. So bring the elbows slightly up and forearm up, but try not to bring the shoulders up. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Lift up, push the chest forward, bend the elbows slightly. You can look forward or still just gaze with the eyes closed, holding here. If this is a lot, lower the forearm down, but if this is okay, and if you like to see whether you can go a little bit more, you can walk your hands slightly closer towards you, but again, not to bring the shoulders up, roll the shoulders away, chest forward. We can just gonna hold this for 1 minute. So your choice is Sphinx, where you lower the forearm, or you lift the elbows and forearm in this seal pose, a bit more added stretch for the back of the body. Added stretch, but doesn't have to cause tension. There will be some tension, of course, with the stress, but it's not until you cause pain and using too much of muscles and become too active. You want to find a soft spot that you can find this pose, feeling calm, collected, grounded, and rooted. Deep breath in and out. 5 more breaths. Whichever option that you choose, honor that. Be kind to yourself. There's always time you can come and revisit again and see whether you can come into a deeper pose or step back to a slower pace. So for now, listen to the body. Give the remedy it needs. How can we do that? We quiet our mind. We connect to this moment so that we can really connect with our body. And listen to the whispers, the signals of our body, that sometimes we don't get to listen because we move so fast outside of the mat, or sometimes on the mat as well. Now slowly lower down forearm and elbow wherever you are at. Bring your hands by the side of the legs, feet together, palms can face up. Right side of the face on the mat, turning towards your left. Close the eyes. Turn towards the opposite side, left side on the face of the mat, looking towards your right. You can even bend the elbow, bring the palms and forearm at the back of the body. That's another option. Release back your palms under your shoulders, return to a tabletop. Alright, another pose. We're going to come into dragon. So tabletop first. Now this is going to be hip opening. If you need support for the knees, I recommend cushion or blanket. I'm going to place a cushion. I like to have a little support for this. So what we're going to do is going to bring our knees on the cushion or blanket in that tabletop. So we already have that support. Stepping your right leg outside of the right hand. You want to still maintain your shoulders and wrist stack. You can even slide your left leg slightly more if you have the space. You can start by just rocking your body front and back by bending your right knee when you lean forward, straightening the right leg when you lean back. So just a little movement here. Before you find your dragon, where your palms or wrist is under your shoulders, you can tuck your left toes or untuck. But if you untuck your left toes, ensuring the toes are pointing back so you don't injure, because we can hold this for a long time so you don't strain your ankle. Tuck is also nice to give yourself a little stability. You can hold this by rolling the shoulders away, or maybe make a fist, so if you like to protect to the wrist if it's too much. Or if you have yoga blocks, you can place yoga blocks under your palms, holding this for a few more breaths. And then we're going to see whether we can wiggle our right toes out more towards the right, with your right knee pointing out towards the right. So this same direction, slightly wide leg here, left forearm on the mat, right palm inside of the right thigh, pushing your right thigh out, opening your right hip, gaze and twist towards the back or towards your right shoulder, just towards your right. You can even lift your right big toe. If it's available, you can lower the forearm down. So I'm going to show you on this side, because I started on the right side, right? I'm going to show you on this side how it looks like without the cushion. So you can always place the cushion on the right side. So here we go out the maximum, and wherever you can. So the maximum doesn't have to be now, open it wide. It can just be here first, and after a while you see whether you can go a little bit more. Try not to push from the knee, inner thigh, open left rib cage more towards your right, right towards the back, twist from the waist, from the spine, right palm on the right thigh. You can gaze towards your right, or maybe just gaze down. Left forearm or left palm on the mat, your choice, but you want to make sure that if you lower the elbow and forearm, it really touches the floor, so it's firmly grounded. It's not lifting it up one way. It's going to stress you. So hold this and breathe, whichever placement of the hands, and even you can hold this with your right palm down on the mat, keeping this open. One more minute. You can even bring the right hand at the back. You can just bring it to support. Few more deep breath in and out. Bringing your right palm under your right shoulder, lifting back your left palm so that your left palm is also under your left shoulder. Wiggle your right leg in. Straightening your right leg up, pointing your right toes down. Whether you bring your palms under your shoulders, if you have space, you can just stretch your hands forward, fold and stretch. Inhale. Flex your right toes, point your right toes. Tabletop. Alright, we're going to go on the left side. So I'm going to turn back to this side. I'm going to place my knees on the blanket or bolster. Mirror what you did on the other side to find balance, okay? So holding here, tabletop, left leg outside of the left hand. You can slide your right knee back and right leg back more, tucking the toes or untuck. Holding here first in your dragon, we're just going to move your body front and back. Giving yourself a little warm-up, a gentle and slow one. And then return back to dragon, where your left knee and left ankle in one line, left shoulders, left wrists are in one line as well. Then slowly wiggle your left toes out towards the left side and your left knee pointing the same direction. holding here is already good enough. You can stay here to just feel first. After a while, you see whether you like to place your left palm in the left inner thigh. You can even peel the toes away, turning your gaze towards your left or back without straining. A nice soft smile on the face, relax at the jaw. You can just stay here. Hands can lower down behind you or on the mat. Or even if you have the space, and even if you lower the left forearm, just now you're going to lower now your right forearm, allowing yourself to find the mirror to that pose earlier and observing how you feel. Nice hip opening, stretching the meridian lines in line inside our legs that links to the organs. Massaging through the inner thighs and legs. A little massage for the spine, spinal twist. Deep breath in and out. How you feel? What is it that's distracting you? Can you check in with yourself? Is it the thoughts or the sensation that you're feeling? Make sure the sensation is not sharp pain. There will be times you feel like, oh, this is too much. There's always chance to step back. A few more breaths. Lower your left forearm and palms back on the mat. Wiggle your left toes back, right palm on the mat. Straighten your left leg, pointing your left toes down first. Fold. Some of us maybe want to bring your palms under your shoulders. Some of us can extend. Flex your left toes, point the left toes up, lower back, and then coming back by releasing the props. And then we're going to come to lie down on the mat. Sit in the center of the mat. Open the legs slightly wide, wider than the mat, palms facing back or outside or towards your glutes. Lift the chest and the shoulders. Take a deep breath in, windshield wiper, drop both knees towards your left. Inhale up to center, exhale towards your right. One more round, inhale, center, left. We're going to do 3 sets. So this is the second one, up and right. Last one, inhale. Exhale, drop, and maybe bring your right hand outside of the left knee with your left fingers pointing back. Just a gentle twist. And then from here, with your legs like 90-90, we're going to turn and twist towards the back. You can start by just bringing your right hand outside of the left knee. If you're pregnant, you don't twist too deep, so you just can stay up here. But if you can, you try to see your limit here, whether the palms can lower down. If it's available, you can lower the forearm down. And also nice to have a cushion where you can lower the chest, the forehead, or maybe you can just rest without having any props. Depending on you, choose an option that suits you, and you're going to hold this for a while into this deer twist. So if you choose to support yourself, you can always bring the cushion under the chest towards your rib cage by lowering just your forearm is good enough. Or another cushion if you like to add on support. And observe how you feel when you use all that support and help. Still feeling the twist, spinal rotation, internal and external rotation for the hip. Relaxing the mind, slowing down the breath. A few more breaths here. Observing the breath, slowing down a little bit more. That is when we tune inwards, we get to feel into our body, we get to make that deep connection with ourselves. We get to feel the parts of our body that sometimes we neglect or we don't pay attention. When we move fast, when we do things in a rushed manner or keep going with a certain pace that is fast, we forget to slow down when we don't get to listen to our body. So Yin is a great practice that helps us to connect inwards, to give ourselves that moment to connect. And that's what yoga is all about, connection, union with ourselves. And when we connect with ourselves, we get to know ourselves, we get to heal. We know the parts of our body that requires and needs attention. And we offer that love to that parts of our body, whether it's physical, emotional, energetical, and even mental level. Take a deep breath in slowly for a minute. Of course, you can stay here longer if you like, but make sure you do the same on the other side. This one feels really, really, really good. I like it. Now then, slowly bring your palms under your shoulders, slowly lift yourself up. Gaze still towards the back so that we don't rush the process. Let the props be where it is if you have the props, because we're just going to turn our body facing towards the front with the knees still bent, legs can open wide. Pause for a moment, not to rush. And then drop both knees towards your right windshield wiper into this deer pose, 90-90. And start to twist from the spine, from the waist, right hand at the back, left hand can be on your right knee. Just gazing towards your right or towards the back, whichever feels good, or even just close your eyes. Allow yourself just to feel into this before you add on the intensity by maybe lowering both palms down on the mat facing back and adjust the props. If you use the props, maybe you use one first for the first few breaths. So try to mirror what you did. So maybe first breath or first few breaths you use one, and then you're just going to allow yourself just to feel into this. And once you feel that, all right, I'm ready and I'm going to mirror what I did on the other side, you're just going to allow yourself just to sink and surrender. Indulge in this moment of slowing down, do nothing. And one of the best things to do so that we can calm our nervous system, we tell ourselves, and it's okay to take a break. It's okay to rest and do nothing. You don't have rest and do nothing can be one of the most productive things you do, because you give yourself a chance and ability to recharge before you start again. So just take your time here. Allow yourself just to indulge in slowness. And I invite you to hold this in this safe space. I am safe. I am safe. All is well. In stillness and silence. Inhale all the intentions. Let your cells feel it to receive it. And exhale, release anything you like to let go. Use that like a little ritual. With each inhalation, I breathe in all the love. Let the cells, the blood, the layers in your body, and the skin and every part of you feel the love. To pause first. And when you exhale, think about something you like to release. I release worries. Let it all go. Let universe help you to release all the worries. Inhale, strength. Inside out. Hold, pause. Let strength swim inside your body. And exhale, judgment. Inhale, compassion and kindness. Pause, exhale. Let go of any stress. 5 more breaths here. Enjoy the simplicity of just slowing down and surrender to feel and let go. Again, if you hold a little bit longer on the other side, continue again on this side. If not, then slowly I invite you to lift your forehead, keeping your eyes closed, slide your palms under your shoulders, lifting your upper body up, still gazing towards the back. Lower the gaze, eyes can close, chin down towards the chest. And then slowly from here, start to release those props first, before you turn back towards the front. Keeping your knees wide open, round to the spine, chin towards the chest, just drop the head down. And then slowly now we're going to enter our final yet most important pose, Shavasana. Bring the feet together, place the palms next towards your hip. Slowly lower the elbows and forearm. Before we lie down Shavasana, just give yourself a nice hug. Squeeze your knees in towards you, round to the upper back, nose towards the knees. And then release the head and open the legs wide. Relax to the toes. Relax to the body. Drop the shoulders down, palms can face up, soften to the fingers and the toes. Support yourself with any props if you like, maybe under the knees to support your lower back. You can bend your knees or just stay here. And let's take one deep breath in together. Inhale. Exhale, open your mouth, release. Allowing yourself just to drop any heaviness in the mind. Drop any heaviness in the shoulders, upper back, middle back, and lower back. Release any heaviness in the hips, thighs, calves, legs, toes, and the arms to the fingers. Release any heaviness from the heart. Trust you have done your best. Now allow yourself to rest, surrender, sink into stillness, release, relax, and recharge. You can stay here for as long as you need. But if you like to come back, I slowly invite you to feel into the fingers and your toes. Make slow, gentle, soft movements. Bring the feet together, pointing the toes down. Extend your arms up over your head, giving yourself a stretch. Interlace your fingers, push the palms away. And then exhale, bending to the knees, give yourself a hug. My body, I love you. My mind, I love you. My heart, I love you. Turn your body towards your right, using your right arm as a pillow in a fetal position. Keep your eyes closed, place the palms on the ground. Slowly bring yourself back up into a seated position that feels safe and grounded. Sitting upright, lengthening to the spine. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Few rounds up and down and back. And sit in stillness, long, tall spine. Inhale, reach your arms up. Palms together, touch. Thumbs to the center of the eyebrow, connecting with the mind. Closing our practice with clarity of thoughts to inspire us to see good in one another and, of course, to see good in ourselves. Thumbs to the lips to inspire us to speak good words that comes from our heart with love empowering, inspiring words towards each other and towards ourselves. Rub your palms together, feeling some light, heat energy from your own body. Place it on the chest where your heart is to feel your heartbeat. Bow your chin down, rub it towards the chest. Filling up your heart space with love, compassion, kindness, strength, and courage. Embody it, be it, so those around you can feel that energy and they can benefit from it as well. And bring your palms together in front of you, bowing down to honor yourself for showing up today in the space that we have to connect and practice together. Thank you for joining a journey YINside with me. Namaste. Thank you for taking time to slow down, to surrender and feel with me. I hope you enjoy the practice. Have a lovely, lovely day ahead. Thank you. I'm going to pull one card to inspire our practice or our day today. Let's see from my deck, Soulful deck. The card says, shine. Some people see your light, your potential and value. You shine so bright that it scares them. So they inject fear in you. They plant doubts in your dreams, so you dim your lights. Never give in. Keep shining. There is enough light for everyone, more than enough, if you're willing to see it, if you're willing to be it. Today I recognize my inner light. Today I give myself permission to glow. I radiate joy wherever I go.